Hey everybody, welcome to Blockbuster Box Sets. I know it's been a hot minute since I made a video. Life has gotten very busy for me. I thought in this video I'd give you an update on the channel, what's coming, the new format, and why I've been tied up so much lately. Let's talk about it. Okay, well, welcome back. I know it's been a hot minute since I've made a video. I've done one or two live streams in the last couple weeks. Viewership has been a little bit lower because it's football season. I myself have been busy with various things going on in life. Most recently, got a new dog, so she's a bit of a handful, and my wife and I are training her, so that's taken up some of our time with that. Then myself, I've been making a lot of things for myself, and that's kind of what I wanted to talk about going forward with the new kind of format of content. I thought that I would just kind of each episode give you guys a glimpse at something from my collection. So I wanted to kind of call this highlights from the collection. So it's just stuff from my personal collection that I can share with you and show off to you. And I know that's this kind of stuff is what you're interested in. So I thought I'd be able to share that with you on this. I'm not selling it or anything like that. So I think it's perfectly fine to show you my collection. Everybody's got a collection video, so I thought I'd just break it down instead of it being some 6.5 hour long video that, we just, each episode, we just, pull something off the shelf, talk about it. Maybe it's a franchise, a box set. In this case, since it's the beginning of spooky season, I thought that starting here and going through the month of October, that I would highlight some of the horror titles and spooky movies that I have in my collection of the packaging that I've made. And for this instance, we're going to start with monsters. I did a couple different things for myself. I did a box set for the 4Ks that Universal put out. I absolutely, those of you that know me know that I absolutely hate with a passion digibooks. I hated the packaging that the Universal Classic Monsters came in. So for myself, I wanted something better packaging, and so I reached out to my one of my artist buddies and told him kind of what I wanted, and he was very, very gracious to accommodate me and create that. And then I love the Universal Monster so much. I was actually thinking about getting I'm going to start trying to collect the steelbooks that they put out. So in addition to the box set that I have, I've also made some rigid slip boxes for myself in that collection, for the collection. And so that's what we're going to talk about today. I figured I'd do this video since everybody else is going to be highlighting and convincing themselves at how great that sweater box isn't. So I thought I'd give you something different for content, and we talk about the Universal Classic Monsters again. Like I just said, I hated the digibook packaging that it came in. So I wanted to make something better for myself, and that's really what the highlight of this channel is it's always been about elevating your collection, falling in love with your collection, making your collection what personalizing it of what you want it to be and how you can be in love with it. So for myself, I wanted a traditional box set for the Universal Classic Monsters, but I also the previous box sets that Universal's put out for that, I haven't really been a big fan of because they have kept it black and white. And while the films are in black and white, there's nothing wrong with it. I didn't see, for my shelf and for my collection, I like colors, so I wanted it to be more colorful, more dynamic. So that's what I came up with this, and for the individual slips that I'll show you in this video. But we'll start with the box set first. And for the box set, I just wanted to, for myself, again, we're not selling this, but for myself, so I wanted it to be, Universal Classic Monsters collector's edition for myself. And then, like I said, the artwork, I hired an artist to do for me. for my for this box set. I personally don't have that level of Photoshop talent or artistic talent. I always say I have a good eye or vision of what I want it to be. I just can't personally draw it. So whenever I can, I reach out to some of my artist friends and they help me out with that. So this, like I said, that's the top Universal Classic Monsters, and then I'll show you. So I wanted all of the monsters on there. So we got Dracula, Wolfman, Invisible Man, and then as we come around, I always Frankenstein. I love Frankenstein. I actually love Frankenstein and Bride of Frankenstein more than Dracula. I feel like there's a lot more emotional dynamics going on. I think like Frankenstein's story, obviously Dr. Frankenstein and the monster. There's a lot more, it's good intentions kind of thing story. I think it's a little bit more complex and deeply emotional story than say like Dracula's more of just a traditional monster story. So I've always been more of a fan of Frankenstein than Dracula. That being said, I own like a bunch of different versions of Dracula with that. And then here's the back side of that. So you have, the Creature of the Black Lagoon, the Mummy, and the Phantom of the Opera. And then I never put anything on the bottom of the box. I see no reason to do that. But like I said, the 4Ks originally came in like a digibook, and I absolutely hate those. So for this, I just went with regular cases. So I bought the 4K cases. And for those of you that are looking to make your own stuff, when it comes to covers, a lot of people ask me about covers. A great resource for you is Cover City, High Res Covers, Custom Maniacs. Those are really great websites where they have both official and custom folks making their own stuff. In this case, this is a perfect example of that. That's where I got these. Some of those websites are like a kind of a you pay for a certain amount of credits / tokens, and you can do downloads to that. So in a way, I did pay for these through that website. But again, with them being black and white, we do have some aspects of that. One of the things I absolutely love about this set for covers is the person that made these. They gave you all the monsters pictures. They have nice uniformity with the titles, but down here is where they really do well, and they give you the year that the films came out. So that's a good way to kind of put them in order. Hey everybody, hope you're enjoying the video. If you want more from Blockbuster Box Sets, please consider becoming a VIP member. VIP members get exclusive access to content, videos, upcoming projects, and merchandise, as well as a private group that we can socialize and communicate with each other and help each other out with our own personal projects. If you're interested in becoming a VIP member, I have a link in the description of this video. Please follow that and it'll give you all the details. Have a great day, and now back to the video. So that being said, I will go backwards because that's just the way they are right now on when I pulled it out of the box. So starting from last and we'll work to first, we've got Creature from the Black Lagoon. Again, great cover. And, I just did the 12.5 millimeter 4K cases. So you can have your 4K and your Blu-ray in there. And then just kind of give you the overall spread that you can see with that. Really great. These whoever made these did a really fantastic job, and I felt that they went perfect with the outer box artwork that I had made for myself. Then we've got Phantom of the Opera. And if you, I will briefly talk about like Creature from the Black Lagoon. I will say this, that this holds up. I feel like of the kind of creature monster movies, this one's really, really great. And I think they're remaking these. I could be wrong, but I swear I heard that they were remaking this. And I would love to see an updated version of this. That being said, this holds up very, very well even to today. Great suspense. I would say the only thing that overall that Hollywood films back in the day, like early films, is like they just abruptly end. They're like, okay, the monster's dead, we're saved, credits, done. There's no, there's no like after, wind down, wrapping up story or some kind of closure. It's just, that was it. You came and saw the monster's dead, and then go home. Phantom of the Opera. This is obviously not the Andrew Lloyd Webber's musical. However, that musical is based off of the novel, and this is the non-musical version of this. Really quite charming film. It's actually quite funny, in old-fashioned Hollywood style. Really enjoyed this, and it actually gave to me a better... I like the Phantom's like motivation more in this than in the musical. That being said, obviously there's nothing wrong with the musical. The musical is fantastic. Next up is The Wolfman. And I chose these covers because they've got that nice color dynamic old movie poster. But on the back, they have the black and white as well. So I thought that was a good thing. And I'll show you on my slip boxes that I'm working on. I haven't finished them all because I'm going to try to finish them all for my collection. But I did the same thing of like did color on the front, and then I did I grabbed some black and white art for the back. So we have that. Like the Wolfman, as much as I like the Wolfman, I love the Abbott and Costello Meet the Wolfman a little bit more, but good movie. Then next up we got Bride of Frankenstein, and I'll tell you what, I actually like this better than the original Frankenstein. The story continues. If you haven't seen Bride of Frankenstein, it's a continuation. And it picks the story once they start telling the tale. It picks up right where the original Frankenstein film ends. So you think at the end of Frankenstein that the monster's dead. That's not the case. The story continues, and then you get a lot of stuff that was, if you've watched Young Frankenstein, which I absolutely loved. I think that's a masterpiece. There's a lot of scenes from Bride of Frankenstein that are in Young Frankenstein. So it's a really good film. And like I said, I love these posters. I love the style that this person that made it did. Next up, we got The Invisible Man. This one really great. A lot of movie magic going on back in the day. I mean, this came out in 1933. Absolutely amazing. Great film. And for anyone that hasn't seen any of these, I can tell you that the 4K transfers and / restoration is absolutely fantastic. I know when it comes to 4K, a lot of us are obsessed with the HDR and the color vibrancy, and obviously these being black and white, there may be some that are like, well, what advantages are there with that? Let me tell you, these look way, in my opinion, they look way better on the 4K than they do the Blu-ray. They've done a tremendous job on with the audio as well, and getting rid of that hiss sound from the old time films, with them being so old. Kind of like a record, you put a record on and there's that little bit of a scratch / little bit of a hiss before the music starts. That's what these old time films had. And in these cases, some of these films are almost 100 years old. I mean, Dracula came out in 1931. So they had that. And on the 4K restorations, they really cleaned up the audio. As far as the video is concerned, they look fantastic as well. The black levels are great. And what the 4K / HDR allows is for more shades of gray. And in a black and white film, that's a huge difference. So I highly recommend that you pick up the Universal Classic Monsters 4Ks if you don't have them. They're absolutely fantastic. Next up, I have The Mummy, Boris Karloff. And I will tell you, of all the Universal Classic Monsters, this one's my least favorite. It, to me, is a bit of a snooze fest. It's a little too slow. And for me, the tension that they try to build / present just doesn't land with me. So if I know this sounds rough, but like if you want a movie that to fall asleep to, that would be one. Next up, like I said, is part 1 of the 2-parter. But Frankenstein, I absolutely love Frankenstein. I love the idea. I mean, we're still to this day exploring the concept in science of life and regeneration, and so this is classic. It really is. Fantastic film, great acting, and I really enjoyed it. So we'll put that back in there. And then last one, which is the first Universal Classic Monsters to come out, an all-time classic, is Dracula. And for some people, this is the one and only. There's been so many different retellings of Dracula. Obviously, you have all of the Christopher Lees. You have the more modern ones. You have Bram Stoker's Dracula, which I have back there. I'll do a video on that one of these days. And it fascinates me of how many times the Dracula story has been retold, reimagined, and we all eat it up. We all love it. I don't know what it is that's so fundamentally interesting or fascinating to us that we go, even though we know the story, even for like Nosferatu, which is just it's a straight ripoff of Dracula. People pour in, I mean, we've been telling this same story for so many different variations so many times, and yet each one we go in, we know the story, but we're still fascinated. We love it, and we love it for different reasons of style or presentation. So, but that's my personal box set that I had that I created for myself. To house my Universal Classic Monsters. All right, now that I've shown you that, and I told you I absolutely loved how that box set turned out so well, but I love the Universal Monsters so much, I had to have more. So I didn't originally know that they had put out steelbooks for some of these. So once I found out that they made steelbooks, I started looking into it, and I'm going to start trying to acquire them. But in the meantime, while I'm looking, for a good price, I think you can pre-order Bride of Frankenstein right now, which I do. I have on pre-order. But I went ahead and, since I am a creative person and I make this stuff in-house, so I made for myself so far a couple of these. So the first one being Dracula. So this is my slip box for Dracula, and my slip boxes that I sell on the store, the blank ones, and I also provide the template for you to pick up, and you can create and make your own stuff. These are designed to hold steelbooks with or without slip covers, as well as regular 4K or Blu-ray cases with or without slip covers. If you have a naked 4K or Blu-ray case, I do sell little inserts that you can put in to give yourself a better, tighter fit. And, that way you can, again, make your own stuff, make your collection shine, make it interesting for yourself. But yeah, this is, like I said, I really loved how the 4K cases that I had for the box set had the color on the front, and then we would do black and white on the back. So for myself, for my collection. And then I also liked how they put the date, so I mirrored that as well. I thought that was fantastic. It was very brilliant. And then, I just grabbed some art. Again, this is for myself, so grabbed some art and it was black and white for this. And so yeah, that's my Dracula that I did. Next up, I did Frankenstein. So I Again, love that poster and the colors, so that's what I did with this one. Again, the spine got the title and there we go. Got the title and the date, and then on the back, found this really interesting art for so grabbed that one. Again, it's for myself, so all good. And following my love for Frankenstein, I'll be getting Bride of Frankenstein, so we got that one. I just love the colors, it's so vibrant with that. And then here's the back. And I just think that those go together so well. And then lastly, what I created for myself so far, and like I said, I thought I'd start with this. See, I don't think they've put out steelbooks for all of them yet. But I'm not sure, so I'm going to be looking at that and doing some research. But here's Creature from the Black Lagoon. I thought these came out absolutely fantastic. Again, you can pick up my templates, and then I got, I don't know if I can show, so I'll just put my fingers over it. But, I got the Creature from the Black Lagoon back there, and Girl Swimming. So I thought that those came out really well. They look fantastic on the shelf. I had kind of pulled them off the shelf so I could show you, but together they go together. They look great, and so dynamic, looks great. But that's gonna be it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed the new format, the new content. That's what I'll be doing, is just kind of highlighting each video. It's going to be that's what we're going to call it. We're going to call it highlights from the collection, and where I just kind of show and share parts of my collection of what I think would be interesting to you. And I guess time will tell and see if you guys are interested. But that's all I have for you today. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you guys next time.